Through drinking and drugging, from trap house to flop house to couches, I've never had a place on my own. If I would have known what was here waiting for me in Fort Wayne, I'd have pulled the trigger to make this decision a long time ago. Growing up, I've always had really solid parents. I was raised with a good set of morals. I knew clearly right from wrong. And I was always growing up to be respectful. So this is no fault of their own. This is a decision that I made entirely upon myself. Towards the end of high school is whenever I could tell that I had like an addiction problem. I couldn't just get a buzz and call it a day. I was able to hide it from a lot of people, work, my bosses for a long time until I wasn't.
Maybe he's just going through his early 20s, maybe he's just gonna get it out of his system, but that went a little too far. He never did anything for you, but he would just always want something, always want something, always want something. I blocked him, and it's like, I can't deal with him. I don't want to be out. I don't care about you anymore.
Once it got towards the very end, when you're completely shut out by society, your friends and family don't want to talk to you, it's a really bad place to be in. I didn't care about nothing. Like, I didn't care about family, friends, relationships, building credit, getting a relationship, getting a job, getting a car, I just lived for the next bottle. I lived bottle to bottle. It got really dark. It got really dark.
He was in a motel room because he had stolen his father's car and he had wrecked it. I even had the cops go to his room where he hung up a noose. And that moment there, it was just like something's wrong with him. It's not just the drinking, there's something up here.
I wrote a cryptic message pretty much saying goodbye to him because I was going to hang myself. And I had warrants out for my arrest. My mom got off the phone. She's friends with cops, local cops. Said they had like half the squad come to my hotel, make sure I was all right, make sure I wasn't going to kill myself. Like, we're not here for your warrant. We're making sure all right. And my mom showed up. My brother came and he untied the noose I made. It was at that point, I decided to actually get checked out, and I got diagnosed with bipolar.
When they told me, it just clicked. I'm like, I knew it. It wasn't just him. There was something, literally chemical imbalance, and it made so much more sense. Seeing Todd going through his addiction was crazy. I didn't want to lose my son, nor did his father, but we both agreed that if he doesn't get help, we're just going to literally watch him die. That's not an option. He needed help, and he needed it now.
So I started this road to recovery this time around in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'm an insomniac. I have a hard time sleeping, and I was doubling up on my sleep meds, and they decided to withdraw me from the program. And that right there was a big hard slap in the face, because I'm really early in recovery. I felt like I'm doing everything right. My roommate was telling me, like, hey, here's the address to the warming center. It's the old mission. I make my way to the warming center, already thinking like what type of bottle I'm going to get, and if I'm even going to bother getting a chaser. I'm literally on my phone looking at hotels, and I'm just about to make a decision. This guy comes in, he sits right next to me, and he opened up a Bible. I can't remember exactly what we read, but it just hit me. It hit me really hard. And he ended up telling me about the rescue mission and how they had a long-term program, something I was looking for. I asked him to follow him back to the rescue mission that night, and they immediately got me put into the long-term recovery program for the rescue mission. If He went and sat down next to me that day and pulled out a Bible, showed me about the rescue mission. Where I would have been, I probably would have been in jail or dead. A few days later, I looked back at it and I realized, like, God is real. I can't explain that no other than God. In the moment of desperation, when I needed him the most, he sent an angel to sit down next to me and point me in the right direction, you know? They always say that, you know, God's never late, he's always on time. And it was right there where I knew that, like, this is real, God's real. And it just changed my trajectory in life to where I'm at now.
When I first met Todd, I could tell that he was ready for real change. He came into my office and we had our first case management meeting, and we set to work on some obstacles that were in front of him.
The changes are night and day that I noticed with Todd. It was our classes that really kind of broke his walls down and had him step out of his comfort zone. He had to challenge himself.
They give you personal development skills in class about how to budget money, anger management, learning about the 12 steps and what they entail, and meeting etiquette was tremendous.
One of the things that stands out in my mind about Todd's successes is that he surrounded himself with a group of people both here at the rescue mission and outside of it that were willing and able to support him and ensure his continued success and sobriety.
Todd came into the mission lost, and when he walked out of the mission, he was confident in himself and in his abilities.
I got my license back, which I thought was gonna be impossible. I got a car. I got a roof over my head that I rent.
He's striving now. I mean, if it wasn't for rescue mission, he honestly would not be alive today. I honestly believe that in my heart.
See him fine, see him recover. Can't wait to get his phone call. Can't wait to receive his text message. No hard it is to like lose your brother and then get him back. It's great. It's wonderful.
I know that with the donations to the rescue mission, that it employs the staff, and it's a tremendous staff that they have there. I've never felt more comfortable and accepted in my recovery than I have been at the rescue mission. Actually getting into recovery, working a program, and working with my sponsor, I was able to purchase some White Sox tickets to take my sponsor and my dad and my brother to the game. After I heard that first crack at the baseball game and just sitting there stone cold sober, happy, having fun, at that point I'm like, now I'm really back. I'm really back to being Todd, who I'm supposed to be.